From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
This is what many woke up to on this Thursday in the city of Hazleton. Their tires slashed and vehicle vandalized. Dozens upon dozens of calls to city police after someone went on a slashing spree overnight. And later on News 13, will there be a fun fest in Hazleton next year? The debate heated up Wednesday night and News 13 was there. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, several dozen vehicles were vandalized overnight in the city of Hazleton, from being keyed, others with tires slashed, and some even broken into. This car that was parked along Mine Street had all 4 tires slashed sometime between 2 a.m. and 11 a.m. And city police tell News 13 this is just one of several dozen cars vandalized overnight. Officers have been getting calls all day to respond to vehicles, although this incident happened right behind the owner's Broad Street home in the 500 block of East Broad. Police say most of the incidents happened in the city's northwest section. For this car owner, this is the 3rd time his car has been vandalized this month. First, his car was keyed, then his windows smashed, and now all 4 tires slashed. And this owner is not alone. Others who were targeted overnight say they're going to now install security cameras on their property. If you can provide police with any information on any of these incidents, you're asked to dial 911. He was dealing drugs in the parking lot outside of the local mall, but thanks to quick police work, the dealer's now off the streets. This is 43-year-old De Jesus Cruz, who Sugarloaf police caught dealing several $100 worth of heroin Wednesday in a parking lot outside of the Laurel Mall. Now, police caught word of the drug dealer and the deal that was planned prior to Wednesday and were able to set up surveillance before the drug deal went down. De Jesus Cruz is now behind bars, unable to come up with bail money. Another Minsec resident in trouble with the law, committing a new crime. The resident of the Hazleton Halfway House was charged for allegedly stealing several items from a Hazel Township pharmacy Monday night. Police say 42-year-old Joseph Marigres snatched 2 items from CVS in the Churchill Mall while out on the work release program. Marigres was arrested and sent back behind bars. Well, it was the fight heard and seen around town, and now the Hazleton mom who encouraged her daughter to fight another teen no longer faces serious charges. This was that fight caught on camera between 2 14-year-old girls. Now, in the footage from back in March in West Hazleton, one of the girls' mothers, 35-year-old Elisa Henchensky, seems to be egging her daughter on. Henchensky, who was facing criminal charges, will now pay a $300 fine and court fees. West Hazleton police withdrew the more serious charges on Tuesday, and Henchensky pled guilty. Now, the 2 girls on this video also charged with disorderly conduct and harassment. A nasty accident involving a pickup truck overnight on Interstate 81 near Butler Township. Take a look at this mangled wreckage of what once was a Chevy pickup truck. This accident happened along Interstate 81 north between mile marker 157 and 158 in Dorrance Township. We're told the pickup truck's back end was clipped by a tractor trailer, rolled several times before it was then hit again by another vehicle after the driver could not stop in time. We know one man inside the pickup truck was trapped for more than 20 minutes while rescue crews worked feverishly to free him. He was taken to a trauma center with serious injuries. No word if anyone else was hurt. State police are investigating this accident and have not released the names of those involved. Coming up on News 13, Mary Jo Pencala from the Hazleton YMYWCA joins me live to talk about taking a holistic approach to weight loss, not just treating your body, but your mind and spirit too. But first, our Jasmine Brooks takes a trip to see her furry friends at the Hazleton Animal Shelter for this week's Adopt Me. And I'm pretty sure a puppy will be making an appearance. Stay with us. And good luck if you played your winning midday lottery this afternoon. Here are your winning numbers, I should say. Daily number 859, your big 49708, Quinto 972 433, and treasure hunt 4, 6, 9, 10, 21. Again, good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. Valley Regional Fire and Rescue will be holding a chicken barbecue Friday, August 10th. Serving starts at 3 p.m. and will run until they are sold out. For $9, you get half chicken, baked potato, coleslaw, roll, and dessert. Stop by Whispering Willows Park for this great event. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Leo Valovich of Hazleton. Funeral arrangements are under the direction of the Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home. Joseph S. Gann Sr. of Sugarloaf. Funeral is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 4 to 8 p.m. Donald E. Hasara of Boynton Beach, Florida. The Louis D. Truskowski Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Mary Dorothy Klinger of Pine Grove. The Lukowitz Orovitsfeld Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Ann Bonenberger of Hazel Township. Arrangements are incomplete and will be announced by the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Raymond Andrew Strobeck Sr. of Freeland. Funeral is Saturday at 1 p.m. at the Wood Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And also tonight, in loving memory of Pearl D'Angelo Drasher, missing you always from your other sister, Michelle. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
Welcome back to this week's Adopt Me. We are here at the Hazleton Animal Shelter. Hi, honey. Our dog this week is Toby. He is only 5 months old. He just got fixed. He's a little baby. He's a mix of a golden retriever. And what else would you say, Chris?
He could have some yellow lab in him, perhaps.
Okay, now Chris Barkanek joins me today as always. And Chris, I have to say that I come every week, but this week I'm so touched. There are so many sweet, sweet dogs in there. A lot of them are young. They all have great personalities, and they're chirping and barking because they just want attention.
Absolutely. Every single one of our dogs requires a home. They're all looking for love and looking for somebody to spend the rest of their lives with.
And you have a great selection here from small Pomeranians today all the way up to, the bigger dogs.
Yep, we still have Lionel, who I believe you featured before. He's our largest dog here, still desperately in need of a home. And also I'd like to mention this little guy, not only is he vaccinated for all his shots, but it's a good thing we did vaccinate him. He came in with a twin brother who ended up passing away, we believe, due to parvo, which is why I'd like to remind everyone to make sure they vaccinate their dogs with their DHPPL shots, especially young puppies. They're particularly susceptible given their young age and their weak immune systems.
But Toby is definitely a healthy puppy, is that right?
Absolutely. He was just neutered and vaccinated. Well, he was just neutered yesterday. I vaccinated him as soon as I could.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about Toby and his personality. How big will he get as well?
He probably, being a golden retriever mix, will get to maybe about 40 pounds, 45 pounds. We don't know what else he's mixed with, but he has fairly small paws, so I don't think he'll be a giant. I don't think he'll be too difficult to deal with.
And he's absolutely beautiful, lots of energy, and very friendly as a puppy.
That's true, and he's good with other dogs. He and his brother got along well.
Not only is he good with other dogs, but he's very nosy. He wants to know what's going on with those cats in the window.
Yep, he's been trying to say hello to them for a while now.
All right, well, this week's dog is?
Toby.
Toby, he's adorable. Bringing it into the cat colony today, my new feline friend is Claudette, and she actually volunteered, didn't she, Chris? She came right over.
Yes, she did. She practically put her paw up and said me.
And so tell me a little bit about Claudette. She is new.
Yes, she's relatively new up to the female colony. She was just spayed and tested recently. She's very affectionate, seems to get along well with the other cats, and she loves human company.
Absolutely. She ran right over to me, and her color is just so neat. It's almost like she is, how would you even explain her color?
She has tortoiseshell, but with white mixed in too. She has like a white background with tortoiseshell patches on it.
It's like she's wearing an outfit.
Yep, exactly.
How old would you say that Claudette is?
She's probably not much more than a year, maybe 2.
Okay, and again, you said she gets along with other cats. And also, she was just fixed.
Yep, which means, of course, she's also tested for feline leukemia, and she's negative, and she was also vaccinated.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Claudette, for volunteering. You made my job a lot easier. And of course, you can always stop down at the Hazelton Animal Shelter located at 101 North Poplar Street here in Hazelton. For this week's Adopt Me, I'm Jasmine Brooks from the Hazelton Animal Shelter.
Thanks so much, Jasmine. A cute little kitty cat and puppy dog there for you. Make sure you check them out if you'd like to adopt them and make them part of your family. Now, right now, Mary Jo Pencala from the Hazelton YMYWCA is here to talk about a new program that has taken flight between the Y and Sorrento Gardens, and it's called Compulsive Overeating Program. As we all know, obesity is a problem. It's a growing problem, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better, Mary Jo, correct?
That is correct. They're estimating about 60% of the population in the United States is overweight and or obese.
Okay.
And there's no signs of it slowing down.
Right. So this is a program that the YMCA and Sorrento Gardens collaborated together to come up with. And basically it's to help people not only with their weight, but to maybe cleanse their soul a little bit, make them feel better about life and about, just a little more sense of well-being, better sense of well-being.
Well put, yes, yes. You know, I've been at my Y for longer than I cared to tell you. And we see people come in, with the intent to lose weight. We see people succeed, and however, we do see people that don't succeed. Mm-hmm. And we see people who try over and over and over again. And I always thought, what is it? I wish there was something that, we could add to help the folks that are not succeeding, because you could just see the pain and the frustration. And 2 years ago, Ed Payne from Sorrento Gardens gave us a call, and he had this idea for a great program where we would combine physical activity at the Y, nutritional counseling with a registered dietitian nutritionist, Ruth Jones, and counseling with Sorrento Gardens. Touching the mind, body, and spirit, shoring up all three. And when we start working on it, I thought this might be the key to many folks in their endeavor to lose some weight. Sure. Perhaps this will help them, the missing link, if you will.
Right. Mm-hmm. So this program, you did a pilot program. You had 9 people initially sign up, 8 completed it. Most saw weight loss, but they also saw all those things you said, a little more control, a little better feeling about life in general. And now the program is full force. Now you're ready to take on clients.
It's so exciting. Yes, we're ready to go. And yes, the participants in the pilot program reported higher sense of well-being, higher sense of self-esteem, more control over their lives. And so we're ready to go now. And anyone that's interested, maybe who's struggled with the same thing, and I'm sure there's a lot out there, they can give us a call, and we can start the wheels in motion. We're ready to start the actual the second run of this in a few weeks.
Okay, and the thing on your screen right now, I shouldn't say the picture you're looking at on your screen, let me correct myself, that is something that you can actually team up with the person's doctor and possibly get this program covered by insurance, which is a very positive thing for the person who's coming into it.
Absolutely, because with all the other implications, being overweight and obese isn't just that problem. It brings with it increased rates of diabetes, heart disease, stroke, all of those risks.
Right.
And it decreases your lifespan. And what we're hoping is that with physicians, local physicians, promoting and giving us their sanction, if you will, that the folks that want to join in the program could have their insurance companies pay part, or if not all, of the cost.
Okay. Well, Mary Jo, thank you so much. All you have to do is call 455-2046, ask for Mary Jo, and she can help you get started if you're interested, or you maybe just want to learn more about the program and see if, maybe you're even interested in it, or even if you qualify for it. Just give Mary Jo a call. And tomorrow we're going to welcome Ed Peen from Sorrento Gardens and talk about their aspect of the program. Mary Jo, thanks so much. Good luck with it. It sounds like a fantastic program.
It is.
Thank you. Well, a quick check-in with Mother Nature right now on News 13. We need to prepare for what could be the 6th heat wave of the season as temps will rise. Lake Russo of the Valley Elementary School helping to bring you the forecast tonight. Luke shows off a sunny day in his own backyard. Now to tonight's forecast. We see mostly clear skies taking you through to TGIF. We're going to get down to 61 tonight. Tomorrow up to 86, 90s in some parts with a slight chance of showers. But all in all, it's going to be a sunny day in Hazleton. Just Windows and much, much more. 636-1133 helping to bring you the forecast tonight. First Street in Freeland, better windows plus better installation equal Just Windows. And don't forget, you can visit them online at any time at justwindowsandmore.com. More news and information headed your way next right here on News 13. Stay with us. Will the fun end, or will FunFest go on as planned for years to come? It was a sea of red as FunFest officials and supporters showed up in force to battle it out with Hazleton City officials. The argument is over an ordinance that would benefit the city money-wise, but bankrupt the street fair. The latest on FunFest feud right now on News 13.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks so much for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Will FunFest go on as planned? The street fair is safe this year, and as it stands, is also safe for years to come. For now, an ordinance that FunFest officials said would bankrupt the street fair was not voted into law Wednesday night. However, it's not off the table, just put on hold. But to say the meeting was heated is an understatement. It was a war of words between supporters of the event and some council members. Here's a little taste of the debate.
Concerns concerning the amount and cost of personnel needed to provide a clean and safe event will be heard and decided by the city administrator. Well, my question is, can we go to the city administrator if we think that the city police chief is being unreasonable?
And I would like to commend Mrs. Palermo and Mrs. McGrogan, because as they both spoke, I saw members of council basically doing this. Nobody knew no answers. Nobody knew no answers.
For the past 32 years, FunFest has received the services of the workers of Hazleton for free, on the backs of the citizens who pay taxes. You have been in the red for 3 years. Do not try to make the city a scapegoat for the demise of FunFest. It is unfair and disingenuous.
It was back and forth for more than an hour. The seats in council chambers mostly made up of FunFest officials and supporters who showed up in force to try and convince council not to pass the controversial ordinance that would put stipulations on parades and events in the city, basically charging for any of the city's services like police coverage, streets department workers, and code enforcement. Now, an organization or group would need to obtain a permit from the city to host any type of event outside in public areas, such as city streets and parking lots. FunFest officials were the first to speak out against the ordinance, saying if council voted it into law, FunFest would go bankrupt. For now, FunFest is safe and will go on as planned this year and possibly even for years to come. But the key words are for now. While council voted to hold off on a final vote until members could meet with FunFest officials, the ordinance is not off the table.
Yes, I want, and most of my colleagues wanted the table. I would have said, I'm not sure, just because we need to get this on the books and work on it. We want it to be something, a workable document, but again, if tabling it works, then that's something I'm all for.
It gives us time to now really focus on what we should be focusing on, and that's this year's FunFest. So we're going to do what we do best and bring a really first-class event to downtown Hazleton. And we look forward then to sitting down with the department heads of the city and city council members, whoever want to be in that meeting, to discuss ways on which we could work together to have a great event remain here in downtown Hazleton.
Now, the Fun Fest committee will be meeting with city officials sometime after this year's Fun Fest, which is only about a month away. They plan on working out some of the wording in the ordinance and hopefully work out a compromise on some of the issues. Council is expected to vote in October. We'll have more from last night's council meeting on News 13 Friday. Well, Fun Fest is the subject of this week's Chamber Chat with Janine Mazurkevich, who is standing by at the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce with Fun Fest Director Judy Ann McGrogan. She tells us that they are all working feverishly to make sure that this year's Fun Fest, set for September 8th and 9th, will go on and will be the best yet. Janine?
It's the 34th annual event. Fun Fest, the biggest street fair in downtown Hazleton, will take place this year. And we're here on Chamber Chat to talk with Judy Ann McGrogan. She is the executive director of Fun Fest. And we want to tell everyone that we want you to come downtown and participate in the event.
Absolutely. We want to make everybody aware that Fun Fest is happening this year. There have been a lot of questions about it even earlier this year when they announced that First Night was being discontinued. That was an event that was run by the City of Hazleton. Unfortunately, that fell victim to a bad economy and problems with getting grant funding. But Fun Fest is moving on. We are a committee of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. We are doing everything we can to make sure that Fun Fest happens this year. It's going on one way or another. Our theme this year is Christmas in September, and we're planning all different kinds of things, and we want to make sure that people are aware of that, because even with the controversy lately concerning the city ordinance, people have been confused about whether that's going to affect Fun Fest, especially the nonprofits, and that's who we want to make sure they're aware that this opportunity is still for them. The street fair has been a great opportunity for local charities and nonprofits to raise funds at Fun Fest. And we've heard some people say, well, I thought it wasn't going to happen this year, or I thought we were going to be charged extra fees by the city. Well, regardless, that's not going to happen this year. Fun Fest is going on as always. We charge a minimal fee to charities just to help us pay for some of our logistics, but otherwise, it's wide open for this year.
So again, First Night was the event that we held for New Year's. That is not taking place, but Fun Fest is the event that takes place every first weekend in September. It's downtown Hazleton. Primarily, it's benefiting the nonprofits, and also it's a homecoming for people to come back home and celebrate, see people that they haven't seen in a long time.
That's right, and we see people coming to the area, visitors and alike, people who come to be part of the craft show or the car show, coming from as far away as Western Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York, New Jersey. So we know we're not only bringing people to the Hazleton area, but we are, as you said, also making this a great homecoming and just a great celebration of the end of summer for the people of the Hazleton area.
There is still time for you to participate and have a booth and a location. How do they get information on that?
They can call us here at the Chamber of Commerce, 570-455-1509, or all of the information is on our website, which is funfestpa.org, or you can access it through the Chamber's website.
And when's it taking place?
FunFest is September 8th and 9th this year, so we hope everybody's going to come downtown and be a part of it.
All right, it's the 34th annual Fun Fest event happening here in downtown Hazleton. We'll see you next week on Chamber Chat.
Janine and Judy Ann, thanks so much. Moving on tonight, a Hazleton man and woman now face charges after police watched a drug deal go down outside of a McAdoo bar. Police looked on as 28-year-old Kimberly Kroll pulled up in a taxi cab to a McAdoo bar back on July 20th and then sold drugs to a man waiting on the street. Inside the taxi waited Angelo Nelson. Now, Kroll told McAdoo police she came to the borough to sell fake cocaine and that Nelson had encouraged her to do so. Kroll now faces a number of charges, including possession of drug paraphernalia, while Nelson faces possession with intent to deliver. A Hazel Township man has been cited after his pit bull attacked an 11-year-old boy back in July. News 13 met with the victim, Chris Nehe, just days after he was bitten several times by his neighbor's pit bull named Diesel. On Wednesday, state police cited the dog's owner, 27-year-old Brian Fanning. Nehe suffered serious bites to his arm and leg. We're told the wounds are healing nicely, but the youngster is still fearful of the dog next door. As for Fanning, he told News 13 it was a freak accident and that his dog had never hurt anyone. Diesel, the dog, is back with his owner on James Street. Several dozen vehicles were vandalized overnight in the city of Hazleton, some keyed, tires slashed, and some even broken into. This car that was parked along Main Street had all 4 tires slashed sometime between 2 a.m. and 11 a.m. And city police tell News 13 this is just one of several dozen cars vandalized overnight. And although this incident happened right behind the owner's East Broad Street home in the 500 block, police say most of the incidents actually happened in the northwest section of the city. For this car owner, this is the 3rd time his car has been vandalized this month alone. First, his car was keyed, then his windows smashed, and now all 4 tires slashed. If you can provide police with any information on any of these incidents, you're asked to dial 911. Make sure you stay with us on your community news station. A look at your forecast is coming up, plus sports with Freddie B. And Jack Bozar from the Cunningham Valley Civic Organization joins me live to talk about Valley Day and Night happening this weekend. It's a full agenda and you won't want to miss it. All right, and welcome back. Jack Bozar and I having a little conversation at commercial break about snow and earthquakes. We'll talk about that later. We want to talk about the 60th annual Cunningham Valley Civic Organization Valley Night and Valley Day coming up this Friday and Saturday. 60 years, Jack. That's a long time for an event.
Yes, it is. 60 years, going strong. We had some rain last year, which hurt us a little bit, but weather looks great this year, so we're looking for a good turnout.
Absolutely. So it gets started on Friday night at 5:30. You're going to have Junior Olympics, a band, the big Fireman's Parade.
Yes.
So just tell me a little bit about the whole weekend in general.
Well, Friday, like you said, Friday night we have a parade, which is very well attended. We have a new band coming this year called Rail, which is great. And then Saturday we kick it off at 9 o'clock. We have the chicken barbecue, ox roast. We have live entertainment all throughout the day until 10 o'clock at night. We have There and Back Again that plays from 7 to 10. We have Joe Boguist, Tri-County Martial Arts. So there's a lot of things going on all day long, and plus the food. We have tons and tons of food all day long, which is really great.
Okay, and then of course we can't forget to mention on Saturday the pet show and the baby parade.
Oh, they're a big draw. First thing in the morning, 9 o'clock, we have the pet show, which we have largest dog, cutest dog, and then right after that we have the baby parade, which is always a big hit with the local folk. So
absolutely.
To it.
So basically, this is in Cunningham, right on Main Street,
Yes.
but this isn't just for Valley folks. You're inviting the entire greater Hazleton area and beyond.
We have people that schedule their vacations that used to live in the Valley that come here just because they know Valley Day is going to be happening. So yes,
Right.
it's really everybody's invited, kind of like Fun Fest. Everybody's more than welcome to come down and enjoy themselves.
Right, and Valley Night and Valley Day, it's not just fun, food, and a fireman's parade, but the money raised really goes to help out the community.
Absolutely. It funds our pool, the George Ernst Pool that the CVCO owns right in Cunningham, and our recreational building, the John and Ruth Gould Rec Building, that helps fund that, pay all the bills and pay the bills for the pool and keep the pool going. And also we have parades every year. We have the Halloween parade, we have the Memorial Day parade, which are getting bigger and bigger every year, which are absolutely fabulous. So it just goes to fund all those things. Every nickel we make is poured right back into the organization.
Very good. So let's just remind everyone once again, just Friday, what time everything kicks off, and then Saturday as well.
So Friday starts at 5 o'clock and until 9 o'clock, 9:30 or thereabouts, weather permitting, of course. And then Saturday is 9 until 10.
All right, very good. And don't forget about the big Fireman's Parade. Starts at 7 right down Main Street. If your kiddos love fire trucks, that is definitely the place to be because they can see fire trucks and then have a lot of fun and eat some great food at the same time. And I know that you guys have a website for more information, and you can also find the schedule there. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. It's
cvco.tumblr.com.
All right, it is right there on your screen, so mark that down if you'd like to see the schedule of what is going on at Valley Night and Valley Day. 60 years going strong. Help them keep it going for another 60 years.
Absolutely.
Right, Jack? All right, sounds good. Thank you so much for coming on, and good luck with the event.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Stay with us tonight on News 13. Freddie B's on deck with sports, plus one more check of the weather. How does the weekend look for Valley Day and Valley Night? Find out coming up. Also ahead tonight, a nice chunk of cash donated to the Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition thanks to an event known as Bikers for Boobies. Find out just how much was donated next.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, we have 10 days to go before the start of the scholastic season. Fall style starts up around here again, so we're in that tweener area between everything, and we focus a lot on more of the professional stuff than we normally do. And there's some interesting stuff to talk about tonight And we'll start by taking a look what's up on the major league level. Now, the Phillies, Philly fans, relax. I've had several Philly fans actually come up to me today telling me don't count out the Phillies yet after they've won these 2 games against Washington. Listen, it's not happening. Forget about it. It really isn't. Not this year. The Phils are just a mess, and I don't think this season is salvageable. However, see that schedule up there? Here's the news today. The Phils put Cliff Lee on waivers. Now, for those of you who don't understand what that means, that simply means that any one of the major league teams, as they go in ascending order from the worst record to the best, can put in a claim for him. That's all it is a claim. The Phillies, once the claim is made, could pull him back. Folks, what the Phils are doing right here, they're testing the waters. They want to see what kind of interest is in Cliff Lee, who the interest is coming from, and what type of deal possibly they could make. So it may turn into something, it may turn into absolutely nothing, but we'll keep an eye on it. It'll be interesting to see. Cole Hamels, the other lefty, is on the mound tonight, meanwhile, down in Washington. Meanwhile, the New York Metropolitans, as their season has fallen apart, they're out in the Bay Area. That game just started. Meanwhile, tonight, the red-hot Atlanta Braves, Florida Marlins, they're going at it. Take a look. Did I say Florida? Well, you know, Miami. They're really playing like Florida. Anyhow, you see Washington still has an advantage, but notice how Atlanta has creeped closer, and there's where you see the Mets. They are really not going to come back and win the division. You just can't see that. You see where the Marlins are, and that's why the Phils, I mean, my goodness, 14.5 back on August 2nd. It would be something unprecedented in baseball. I know you never know, but it's not happening. As far as the wild card, it's not happening there either. There's just too many teams out in front of them. In the American League, the Red Sox are hosting the Minnesota Twins. There's the AL East standings. The Yankees, well, they still have a comfortable lead over both Tampa and Baltimore. Now, the big thing there is probably not going to be the division. It's going to be the battle for the wild card, which everybody, right down to those Toronto Blue Jays, are still in. Now, Toronto has fallen off a little bit. They're under 500. This is the first time in a while where not all the teams in the AL East are 500 or better, but hey, you never know. It's going to be interesting. I was not a big fan of the wild card, but if you're going to do it, this concept of the second wild card and a one-game playoff, absolutely fabulous. It's going to make things interesting. Now, let's go down to the minor league level. Last night, Columbus had the night off. Nothing to tell you about there, so tonight will be focused as they go down and play the Baltimore Orioles AAA club in Norfolk. That one's going to start a little after 7 o'clock. And Kyle Landis' club, they're playing Portland. That game just underway as it was a late afternoon start. So we'll fill you in on all the details tomorrow. And we're brought to you by Bottlenecks, where tonight it's Rack 'em Up Rib Night. They're racking up their flavor with fire-grilled ribs. You get a half rack of meaty, fall-off-the-bone St. Louis-style spare ribs, and it is smothered in that sweet barbecue sauce. They fire-grill it and serve it with bottomless fries for just $9.95. And oh, don't forget, huge imported beer selection, pool, dart, shuffleboard. Good time waiting for you up at Bottlenecks.
Back at the beginning of June, over 100 bikers hopped on their motorcycles, many decked out in pink, and rode to raise money for breast cancer research and prevention. And they did it in the name of Kelly Galita Valovich, a Hazleton area resident who is now a breast cancer survivor. The event was a huge success, to say the least. The NEPA survivors Bikers for Boobies organizers and volunteers handed over a check in the amount of $4,269 to the Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition. The first of its kind bike run started at the ECAS Club and ended at the Flying Aces. That's where the riders and others enjoyed food, vendors, live entertainment, concluding with a memorial luminary in honor of all that have a connection to breast cancer. The organizers wanted News 13 to pass along a big thank you to each and every person who helped raise the money to help find a cure for cancer. And finally, tonight on News 13, we need to prepare for what could be the 6th heat wave of the season as temps are on the rise. Luke Russo of the Valley Elementary School helping to bring you the forecast tonight. Luke shows off a sunny day in his backyard. How cute. Mostly clear skies will take us through the rest of tonight into your Friday, low down to 61. Here's your 4-day outlook. Friday, we're looking at sunny skies, very warm out there. 86 in Greater Hazelton, but some parts of our viewing area will hit the 90s. 66 will be our low. And then on Saturday, we do see a slight chance of a thunderstorm, mostly sunny skies. 86 again for our high on Saturday, cooling off just a few degrees at 82 on Sunday, again with a chance of thunderstorms. And then on Monday, we see a 30% chance of some precipitation, maybe some thunder and lightning, but all in all, it will be sunny skies with a high near 79 degrees. Your forecast tonight brought to you by Valley High Drive-In, Route 93, West Hazelton. I say it all the time, they have the best ice cream. My favorite CMPs at Valley High Drive-In, Route 93. They also have great food as well. That will do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast tonight, or simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com. All you need to know is just a click away. All right, on behalf of your News 13 team, be safe. We'll see you back here for TGIF. It's Friday. Good night, everyone.